Am I the asshole here for refusing to let my sister adopt my baby after she called me unfit for being a single mum? I, 27 female, got pregnant unexpectedly after a short relationship. The father isn't involved, but I decided to keep the baby. My family has been supportive except for my older sister, 34 female, who has been struggling with infertility for years. From the moment she found out I was pregnant, she kept making comments like, "It's not fair that you get to be a mum when you're not even married." She even suggested multiple times that I let her and her husband adopt my baby since they're better equipped to raise a child. I shut that down every time. After my son was born, she came to visit and started crying when she held him. I felt bad until she said, "He should have been mine. You can't provide what he needs like I can." And I told her that she was way out of line, and she exploded, calling me selfish for hoarding the baby while she's destined to be childless. I asked her to leave, and now she's telling our family that I'm heartless and ruining her only chance at being a mum. Some relatives think that I should at least consider it, since being a single mum is hard. Am I the asshole here? In the comments, Millie Rover says, "If I love and care for my child and I'm spoken to like that, she would no longer be my sister unless she can get therapy and sort that shit out. If she's willing to adopt, why does it have to be the adoption of your child, not the asshole?" Well, because that would take time and cost money, and why should she wait when OP, being the little harlot that she is, has a baby in desperate need of a mother right there for the pickings? Sarcasm. My God. She needs intensive therapy starting yesterday. Children aren't commodities to be bartered or distributed to the worthy. While I can empathize that she's struggling, she needs to get help, and so does her husband if he thinks the way that she's acting is okay. Her getting a baby in the state that she's in wouldn't be good for anyone, least of all the baby. And what's with the relatives suggesting OP should consider it? On what planet would this be something to consider? The sister's behavior is inappropriate at best, and she's in dire need of mental help. In no way would she be a good choice for adoptive parents at the moment, even if OP was still looking, not the asshole. A lot of people would rather placate the one making the noise than tell them to do some self-reflection, or OP is the squirrel in the nut house and everybody is living with a skewed sense of what's right. Yes, being a single mother is hard, but nowhere near impossible. Anybody not suggesting the sister get help shouldn't be anywhere near the baby. I'd be worried one of them might accidentally sneak her out the door to the sister. Yeah, that sister definitely needs some time out, definitely needs an evaluation, because what is going on? Why is your family enabling this? Why is your family not getting her out of the room and shutting her the hell down? Is everyone else in your family just spineless, OP? Do they not know, like, oh, this is not socially acceptable behavior. Maybe we should remove her from the situation because she's a crazy bitch. I can't believe that we keep getting stories like this when no one stands up for you when you're obviously being done wrong. Your sister is now showing you that she is a threat to you and is a threat to your child. You are not heartless for ruining her only chance at being a mum. There is nothing that you did here to stop that, and I think that she's not able to adopt a child because they realize how crazy she is and she is not fit for having a child. So good on you for protecting yourself, because everything she's saying is insane. Keep the baby away from her, not the asshole. And now, onto the update, 10 days later. Wow, I didn't expect this much attention, but thank you to everyone who weighed in, even those who disagreed. A lot has happened since my original post, so here's the update. After I kicked my sister out, she ramped up the drama. She started posting cryptic messages on social media about selfish people and babies in the wrong hands. Then she went full tilt, outright claiming that I was neglecting my son and that CPS should step in. She didn't tag me, but everyone in our circle knew who she was talking about. I was furious, but also scared. So I started documenting everything: texts, social media posts, and anything that she said to other family members. I also spoke to a lawyer to make sure that my rights were secure and to prepare for any crazy moves on her part. Then came the final straw. She showed up at my house unannounced with her husband, claiming they just wanted to talk. I refused to let them in, and my sister yelled through the door, "You're ruining this baby's life!" Her husband tried to guilt me, saying, "We'd give him a better future, and you know it." I told them to leave or I'd call the police. After that, I decided to go low contact with her and anyone who sided with her. My parents initially tried to mediate, but when I showed them all the messages and screenshots, they finally backed me up. Now they're furious with my sister, especially since she's still spreading lies about me. I also reached out to CPS preemptively to let them know about the situation, just in case she tried anything. They assured me that there was no issue as long as my baby was safe and well cared for, which he absolutely is. As of now, I've cut my sister out of my life completely. She's still telling anyone who will listen that I'm selfish and am ruining her life, but I'm done engaging. My focus is on my son, who is happy, healthy, and exactly where he belongs. Thanks again for the support. It gave me the confidence to stand my ground. For anyone else dealing with entitled family members, trust your instincts and protect your peace. In the comments, Do Yogurt says, move forward with a restraining order. This is not done. I Want to Be Anemone says, no child should be subjected to that kind of unhinged, delusional, and selfish behavior. I guarantee she has a perfect life planned out for her future baby, no matter who she has to rip the child from, and will emotionally and mentally abuse them for daring to deviate from her picture-perfect parenthood fantasy. That woman isn't safe. Her enabling husband feeding her delusion only makes her more dangerous. Congrats on taking defensive measures. Keep documenting. Hold her accountable when she continues to escalate. Understand that every milestone, first holiday, first birthday, first everything, is going to be a trigger for this woman. If you're able to, set up a second social media account that's set exclusively to private if you really need to post anything to your friends and family regarding the baby. Make sure that sister has no access to that account ever. Preemptively block her. Keep your primary account active to monitor her slander as evidence that she's been consistent in her harassment or continuing to escalate. Get door cameras in case she shows up again. Triple check, if you're using baby cameras, to ensure no one else can access the live video feed. Change your Wi-Fi password in case you ever have your sister access your network, because a lot of baby monitoring things these days connect via the home Wi-Fi. If sister has ever had access to your house keys, change the locks. It may seem paranoid and over the top, but if you get it all done now, then you'll have peace of mind, with no fear of any regrets should she try something. Good luck. And ex-Queen Sunshine says, not the asshole at all. Honestly, your sister crossed so many lines. You're doing what's best for your baby, and she's out here spreading lies and causing drama. Good for you for protecting your peace and your baby. Some family just needs to be cut off. Keep doing you, mama. Yeah, something here is fishy. I wonder if it's the sister or the husband that can't adopt normally. On top of not being able to conceive, absolutely. It's so reminiscent of that other story where the Mormon sect, was it? That Mormon church, wherever it was trying to convince OP to give the baby over to the auntie, well, the auntie's daughter, because OP was a sinner and the daughter deserved a child. But the daughter's husband was blacklisted from adopting kids out because of his past. Like, no, we're not doing any human trafficking here. That is absolutely not allowed. I'm so glad that OP is talking to an attorney because this is definitely not the end. You know, I'm looking forward to another update. I don't expect it to come. But thank God OP is doing everything in their power to keep themselves and their child safe. Thank you for the story, OP. I very much appreciate it. Our next post is by user Maximum Sympathy 280, titled, Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend we should break up if she wants to kick my niece out? My brother died in a car accident 2 months ago. After he died, I took responsibility of his daughters, but for some reason my girlfriend doesn't like it. For some backstory, my brother and I both raised my niece together. He had her when he was only 17, and I was 19 back then. Her mum left both her daughter, now 14, and my brother, and basically just disappeared. I think she was 23 or 24. Oh, gross. Anyway, my brother took responsibility of his child, and I helped him raise her. My brother would often joke that she's our daughter, and goddamn I miss him so much. I spoiled her a lot. My brother restricted her. He didn't let her eat chocolates or buy her games, but she would always come to her uncle, and I would spoil her. I miss those days. Anyways, after my brother died, I took my niece under my care. I'm still going through legal guardianship paperwork, but yeah, I'm going to raise her. The problem for me is that my girlfriend told me yesterday that she doesn't like that my niece is living with us. She said she doesn't want to be responsible for a 14-year-old and that she is messing with our love life. I asked her what she meant by that, and my girlfriend said that she'd been sleeping in our bed. I said that is a normal grieving process for a child who lost her only parent. There is nothing wrong with her hugging me or finding comfort in me. She says she doesn't want her to sleep with us. I said it's only been 2 months. Give her some time. If rubbing her back or massaging her head helps her fall asleep instead of crying, then that's good for her. What would she say if we had a daughter and I focused on comforting our daughter instead of focusing on you? She said that would be different because she would be our daughter. I got angry and said that if she doesn't like my niece staying with me until she finds her peace, then we should break up. I told her currently that I am her safe place and she's practically my daughter. I raised her, I share blood with her, and now she needs me. My girlfriend started crying. I comforted her and said that I'm sorry for being so direct, but I found what she said a bit offensive and rude. To help her, I will hire a maid, but please give her some time and show empathy towards a child. My girlfriend has been angry at me since yesterday. She only talks to me when I talk to her, and she's been completely ignoring my niece, and my niece is asking me if she said something wrong to my girlfriend. I said that she's just stressed. But I'm wondering why my girlfriend is reacting like this. Did I offend her? I don't really want to break up with her, but if I have to choose between them, I'll choose to help my niece for now. In the comments, Quiet Hamster says, just end the relationship. The situation has changed and it's not the one that she wants. Jellico Alpha says, OP, the sad reality is that your girlfriend just told you that she doesn't want this life. And that's going to make her resent your niece, who is now your daughter, which will lead to her treating your daughter like shit. And I mean, she already is treating her like shit. It's time to accept reality. Your girlfriend does not want to help you raise your daughter. Again, it's time to start seeing her as your daughter because you're a single dad now. She's not all in, which means you have to be all out. Your daughter comes first, now and forever. It's time you accepted that. Not the asshole here, but you would be the asshole here if you continued this relationship though. MaryShaw25 says, unfortunately, this isn't something your girlfriend wants. It's reasonable for your girlfriend to not want her in your room, and you could comfort her in her room. But the thing is, though, there is much more to this. Your girlfriend said that if it was her child, then that would be different. She clearly doesn't have the capacity to love this child the way that she needs. You're a good person by choosing your niece. It's the absolute right thing. And I'm on board with these comments, OP. I think, in all reality, if your girlfriend isn't going to accept this situation, you do have to make a choice. And I think you know that, and I think you know that you're going to make the choice to stand by your daughter. As unfortunate as it is to break a relationship over something that was not your fault, and something that is out of your hands entirely, that's just life. Life isn't fair. And I wish your girlfriend, hopefully soon-to-be ex-girlfriend, all the best going forward and that she finds what she wants, but this situation right now doesn't seem like it's going to be healthy for your daughter in the future if you stick around. So I suggest that you listen to what everyone here has said and break it off. I don't think this is something that you can talk through. This is like a fundamental personality difference. And now, onto the update, 1 day later. I'm so surprised that my post blew up and so many people dropped their opinions and thoughts and are still commenting on my post. I thank you all, and those who are asking, I've been with my girlfriend for 3 years. I also confess that I'm in the wrong by not having a clear discussion with my girlfriend, and those who were saying that my niece should not be sleeping with us instead, I should have got her own bed, or just stayed with her until she falls asleep, I already tried that. Initially, she was sleeping alone, but she would wake up in the middle of the night, and I would have to go and console her. She started sleeping with us because she was constantly afraid. It's trauma. She's only 14. To be honest, I don't care if she's sleeping by my side. She's had only one parent, and I was just a fill-in, and she lost her parents, and she's an orphan now. She can sleep by me as long as it helps her. I think it's too soon to pressure her. I went to my girlfriend and said that we need to have an honest and open discussion and decide what we should do next. I apologized to her for not thinking about how she would feel, but I didn't have a choice. I had to bring my niece in. I also have to worry about all the legal paperwork, her school, my brother's assets, and other paperwork. My girlfriend said she doesn't want my niece to live with us, and she has tolerated it for long enough. I said I understand, but it's kind of unfair that you would be so cruel to a child, and I expected my partner to help me when I'm going through so much legal work and care for my niece and work. I wanted your support. She said she will support me, but she doesn't want to live with a 14-year-old and care for her. Either I choose my niece or her. I explained to her that I understand your frustration, and as much as I want to choose you, I cannot. You already know that I also have raised her, and now she has lost her father. Only I can help her. She has nowhere else to go except my old parents, but they can barely help themselves. She started crying and said that I am not her first priority. I said I'm sorry, but I have no choice. I've been in her life ever since she was born. Not only am I attached to her, I'm also related to her by blood. Now that her father is no more, she is mine, and I have become a parent. It's difficult, but I have no other choice. My girlfriend packed her bag and she left, and before leaving, she said we should take our time and think this through and see if we can overcome this. We both decided that we will stay in contact and discuss in the future. When my niece came back from school, she asked where my girlfriend was. I said she went to her parents. My niece started crying and started blaming herself. She said that she's the reason why my life is falling apart and she doesn't have any parents. I guess she picked up on it after my girlfriend gave her the silent treatment. I comforted her and said that it's not her fault, and as long as I am with her, she doesn't have to worry about anything. She's going to stay with me from now on. She calmed down, and I took her out to her favorite restaurant, but I don't feel good at all. I'm happy that I chose my niece over everything else, but I also lost my love, which makes me so effing angry and sad. In the comments, Key Advance 3033 says, the girlfriend was out of her depth. It must have been disorientating for her. Though her reaction was immature, the change to the dynamic of the relationship is significant. At that point, asking yourself if the relationship is still the right one for you is important for you, your partner, and the child. Though sad, I believe the breakup was inevitable and the best outcome for everyone. OP's own grieving is not mentioned once. Not once. The girlfriend is a giant asshole to me, and it's not because she doesn't want to raise a traumatized teenager, but because of her huge lack of empathy towards both her boyfriend and the grieving niece. I get that OP wanted to take in his niece, and I also get how his girlfriend didn't want to raise his niece. A teenager who just lost their only parent will certainly pose some parenting challenge. It's just sometimes situations suck. As bad as it is, it's good they broke up. From the post, it doesn't look like there's much extended family to provide a support network for the poor girl. OP is all she has. As per the top comment on the update, I worry social services will come knocking if the bed sharing thing gets out. Then she'll lose OP too. True, but it's damn crazy in my opinion. It's his niece. And right now, she only feels safe enough to sleep next to him, and it saddens me that something like this gets seen as inappropriate and sexualized. Sure, if she continues to sleep there after a year, maybe I would raise an eyebrow, but she lost her dad only 2 months ago. Poor girl and OP. I hope they can get through things and that girlfriend just gives up without making it a battle. I have no idea where OP is, so I can't comment on this situation specifically, but I will say that it's my job to investigate sexual offenses against children by family members. In this situation in my jurisdiction, there is exactly zero chance that she would get taken away from her uncle unless something is obviously going on. Under other circumstances, sure, maybe, but she just experienced a traumatic situation 2 months ago. This response is perfectly normal and reasonable. We have no interest in re-traumatizing the poor girl by taking away her only social support immediately after her only parent passed away. Also, she's 14, not 5 or 6. She can clearly articulate herself and provide a clear statement. It will become obvious what's going on when you have a quick conversation with her. Anyway guys, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.